Why, hello there, viewers. This is Dawnozaur, and we all know about the astrological zodiac. It's pretty interesting to read about them and the stories behind the constellations. There are many pieces of media and artists online that have reimagined them as something else, or done their own interpretations of the zodiac figures. And I really wanted to try my hand at it. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do at first with them. And then I thought of something. People like clowns. Some due to creepy horror reasons, and some for, well, more mature reasons. So, what if I drew the Zodiacs as clown girls? I loved the idea and tried my best to draw 5 clowns that were inspired by the Zodiacs. And it was fun, though also a bit of a challenge to make sure each design was unique. With all that, let's see these clown girls. To start with, let's look at Leo the Lion. It was pretty easy to add details that felt very lion-like to her, though I do wish I did more at the same time. I wanted her to be very energetic and creative, artistic looking. The idea being she's the youngest in the clown troupe and causes the most trouble. I made her hair all big and messy to represent a lion's mane, and doing that also with the frills and collar too around her neck. She has some fur on her boots and some lion ears, some big paws for hands, and a tail that I made look like a paintbrush by the end of it. Do wish I added some paint details to her, with her outfit stained from her creative endeavors. Her colors were a bit hard to figure out, and I feel I would change on a second pass. I tried a more darker skin tone and hair color at the start, with some green parts also, before going with a lighter skin tone and using blue for the hair and some other parts. But in the end, I made a really good looking lion clown girl. I enjoy the details of her face makeup looking like claw scratches over the eyes, and that her cheek makeup is the Leo symbol. Plus she has a big lion nose too. Her routines would be some of the messiest under the big top, using a lot of paint and such, and probably not everyone's favorite, but she has a few fans that enjoy it. With our first clown down, let's see who we have next. Sagittarius, I knew was going to be an interesting clown girl to design. They are the archer, and usually depicted as a centaur, but I didn't really want to draw a centaur for this. I thought about giving her horse feet, but thinking already about how some others will have goat legs, decided against that, for this pass at least. Our Sagittarius clown is more of the straight gal of the show, in demeanor only, not sexuality. Being serious and a little dry in her jokes, with her routines being more on doing feats of skill and archery, be it on a horse or even using her feet to do it. Was a little inspired by Gold Ship, with the hair color and how I wanted the ponytail and her horsetail to look like. Tried suspenders at one point, but decided to give those to Leo, and went with this frilly sort of collar with blouse-like sleeves and a striped top in the torso area. I wanted her pants to be sort of frilly at the bottom and very poofy, and tried different patterns before doing the checkered on one side and polka dots on the other. My favorite detail is the piñata-like parts on her legs, which are supposed to represent and be inspired by the horses with the long hairs on their legs, like Clydesdales. And our Sagittarius horse is completed. Love how she looks and the little arrow Sagittarius symbols used on her makeup over the eyes and the corners of her mouth fit really well with the piece. Also, to be a little funny, she has an arrow sticking out of her head. She's fine. It's that headband pranksters use, I think. That was fun yet challenging, but the next one, well, they're even more so. That's right, 2 clown girls for the price of 1 zodiac. Of course I was going to draw twins for Gemini. I just wasn't sure if I wanted them to look the same, except some parts flipped, or to exaggerate their differences and make one tall and lanky and the other shorter and rounder. I asked them friends, and they said I should do the latter, and it was the right call. Not sure exactly what their routine would be, but the shorter twin is a bit more haughty and prideful, enjoying the circus, fair foods, and being quite boisterous, while the taller one is more timid, shy, and kind of sad looking. The two trying to embody the comedy masks, in a way. Their hair and outfits were a bit hard to come up with. The latter became pretty simple in the end, but came out great. While the hair was just hard to draw flipped for the other twin, and just making it look good in general. Not to mention that I tried other parts in the back, with some side ponytails that looked okay, and sketched a drill-like hair that was interesting, but went with the fluffy little parts in the back, and fell in love with the design then. It was hard to figure out the colors for the outfit. Tried a lot before landing on the teal and light green, and then made the light green a checkered pattern with red, and it made it better. To help with the twin theme, I swapped the sides that the colors were on, and swapped the colors of certain parts. That make them both match and be a bit different. I honestly think these two might be the best of the group. My friends I shared these with agreed, and called the two their favorites. I love that the Gemini symbol was able to be used as their makeup. Now, we have 1 clown girl left, and she might be better than the twins. If Gemini is great, then Cancer is tied with them. The crab clown was the first I actually drew for this, but I chose to put her last because she has a really great design. As a clown, Cancer is a little crazy, being even more energetic than Leo, and possibly a bit dangerous with her acts, but also great with balloon animals, despite having claws for hands. When making her design, I knew I wanted to not only give her claws for hands, but to also make her hair look like crab claws, along with making some parts look like legs and the eye stalks. And I'm really glad I got it to work and look even better than I imagined. I like the bits of frills and lace on her sleeves that go over the claws. It just somehow works really well. And the leg-like details that I put on her skirt. But my second favorite feature, after her hair, is the balloon crab legs attached to her back. I'm not sure where I got the idea. My sketch did try to give her the legs attached to her sides, but they weren't fitting with the skirt. The thought then came to my mind, and I knew I needed to do it. I like how the reds, oranges, and tans worked together on the piece, and helped make a crazy clown girl. Cancer Clown Girl is extremely great. The subtleness of the symbol as her eye makeup is probably the best of the batch. And she just looks so fun. Of course, be careful. She does bite. Not to mention the claws. Give them the clamps! I love these 5 clown girls, They all came out very pretty, and also hot if I say so. This idea was very random, but fun to do. I don't have exact names for them, so feel free to give me name suggestions for them. Don't exactly want to try to call them Cancer or Leo or Gem and Minai. Thank you for checking out this first video on the channel. I'm hoping to do more art and story videos in the future. So if you'd like to see more from this kaiju, then leave a like and subscribe. We have big plans for 2026. Some more art I'm excited to share, along with some original stories and ideas in the works. And so you can see more of the Zodiac Clown Girls in the future. I may even do some of the other constellations as Clown Girls too, if people want it. But in the meantime, this is Dawnozaur, and I'll be seeing you next time. See ya!